The 5 hacks in today's video totally changed how I approach design projects, but not just UI and UX design projects. Take this for example right here. This is a prime example of a hugely powerful technique that UI and UX designers know about and use in their work, and it takes their designs to that next level. So this whole process could easily just make the user click the button and then that's that, finished. However, in this instance, we see a loading icon and then a check mark to signify that the button has successfully been clicked. And this is something called micro interactions. They give the user a kind of subconscious level reassurance when they're interacting with the UI. But here's why this is so crucial to UX and UI designers. Now, micro interactions create a positive user experience by providing that instant kind of feedback. They guide the user actions on an app, a design, and so on. They almost add that kind of element of delight. And for this neat selling book, a book by my favorite novelist by the way, the UI design could have simply just highlighted the book, maybe enlarged it or something like that, or even more simpler than that, nothing at all when you click it. But here we see the book scaled up, then opened, and pages are flicked. This leads the viewer on a small journey and makes the experience feel that much more authentic. And this in turn means they're more likely to actually purchase that book. A micro interaction can be as simple as just the buy now button changing when the cursor hovers over it, or the main information that you want to be noticed is scaled up or kind of scaled down as the user scrolls over the page. Thinking of neat ways to add micro interactions into your designs can take them to that next level. So this basic app UI design has one major flaw. The flaw fails to utilize the next hack we're going to speak about for UX and UI design, but can you see what that is? And no, it isn't the spelling of the word optimize, that is the correct British English spelling of optimize. The issue is that we have a bunch of data on screen, but there's no application of color hierarchy. This makes all of the data more difficult to access to the user, and that's just all around not a good situation to have. So instead, we can change a few things around so the user experience is more fluid, more smooth, and just more easily accessible. This seems basic, I know, but it's so crucial and it's so powerful, every designer should know this stuff. And here on Google Analytics, we can see how statistics are dropping in red, and statistics that are rising are in green. And also the navigation bar off to the left utilizes that orange color on the current tab you're on. And here it's used to make the user experience easier, but in the next example it's used in a slightly different way. Amazon uses color hierarchy to make you buy more stuff, pretty much. So firstly, in orange, or importantly the Amazon brand orange, we see the best-selling items highlighted. We're drawn to them right away, just like that. But also we can see deals where we save money and they're in green, which also are very captivating and alluring. And the rest of the UI, as you might have noticed, is in white or black, and it's very basic and plain and open. And so the use of color hierarchy engages the user to be drawn to certain things that Amazon think are going to sell best to certain kinds of people. Pretty clever. So the next UI and UX design hack is pretty sneaky, and I bet you've actually interacted with it today. And it is called progressive disclosure. So this is valuable for pressing complex information in a user-friendly manner, which is always good in UX and UI design. By revealing details gradually and based on user intent, designers can avoid overwhelming users and make interactions more manageable and more intuitive. Again, so simple and basic, I know, but it's so crucial too. And here, when the user clicks remember me, only then do we see the information about the choice. The information could have always been there the whole time, but this would make the UI cluttered and too busy. Progressive disclosure is kind of like turning your designs into an onion. You know, we've got many layers the more you go into the onion. And we can see this perfectly again on Amazon. On the homepage, we have multiple shopping categories. And if I head into this one here, top deals, we then have a new set of categories to look around. And so perhaps maybe I want to shop for some Under Armour socks or underwear. Bang, I come right into here. And as you can see, instead of cramming everything on the homepage, it's been broken down into 3 different stages. So when designing user experiences, show them an initial set of data or information, but to where it's not so overwhelming, and then find ways to usher them into more details if they want to venture into that kind of region. Ask yourself, or kind of think about yourself as a user, what you're looking at as you're designing, is that going to be too overwhelming for someone to interact with? That's how you should be thinking about UI and UX design. So the next hack applies to all areas of design pretty much, anything from portfolios to branding and so on. But it's seen right here in the Google Suite app icons. And can you spot exactly what it is or what it might be? So there's an obvious adaptation of consistency in terms of the color palette and the style of the design itself. And that's what we're talking about here for UX and UI design, is consistency. Consistency is really crucial in UX and UI design because it builds trust with the user who engages with your design, and it solidifies that design as being part of something specific. When users encounter consistent design elements and integration patterns, they can navigate and interact with the interface confidently, leading to a more enjoyable and efficient user experience in the end. And Apple manages this here with the same typeface choice throughout the entire design, matched with constant color scheme and also layout choice. If you create UI or UX designs without consistency throughout the entire thing, it will look pretty broken basically. Sad times. The fifth hack is one of the most important ones to speak of, and yet so many graphic designers don't even really consider it. So when used properly on designs, it actually focuses on guiding users, enhancing their understanding, and empowering them to interact confidently with an interface. It's sort of like giving them a pat on the back from a UI point of view. And it's called user-centric feedback. And this can be seen here on Duolingo, which is a platform where people learn foreign languages. When the user has achieved something in their language learning journey, we see animations of crowns, we see the mascots happy and waving, and the text is just really positive and motivational in general. This entire design is very positive and very rewarding, which feeds back to the user and encourages them to continue their journey on this Apple platform. User-centric feedback can be as simple as when someone is signing up to something. We have the option here in red because the information is currently incorrect. But when it's correct, the red color is removed. And you might have seen something similar to this when you're signing up to a platform or service and it says looks good as you type in your email address. It's just like saying, yeah, you're on the right track. And this can be crucial in UI and UX designs because sometimes navigating apps or platforms can be pretty rough. And the use case for UI design is to make it less difficult, less rough. But if you want to learn more useful hacks as a graphic designer, just click that video on screen. And until next time, guys, design your future today. Peace.